Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to speak about Greenland Med Project. Is a groundbreaking initiative aimed at promoting circular economy and green sustainability in the Mediterranean region. It is a collaborative effort between several European Union countries and partner countries in the Mediterranean, and it seeks to address the pressing environmental challenges facing the region. So we have today all the stakeholders, but some of them, and I would like to welcome all the stakeholders from Italy, Lebanon, and Greece. Mr. Alessandro Pernice, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you very much, Elena, for your introductory session, for presenting our audience and our participant. I'm Mr. Alessandro Pernice, representing Arches University College, Arches Association, and this strategic project, which is Greenland, and which is approved by the European Commission under the framework of the program ENI CBC Med. This is a very important social inclusion project. And today, later, after the presentation of my colleagues, we will talk about in details the job shadowing activities and the next big event that will take place in Thessaloniki, where we will tackle the issues of social inclusion. Thank you.
Very welcome. Lebanon, hello. Salam alaikum.
You will start by me or by another person from Jalal. I'm Jalal Mahfouz, okay, from Planning and Development Agency in Lebanon. We are a partner, the leader of Work Package 3 is in Greenland Project. Greenland Project is very important project in social inclusion and also in how to improve the green and circular economy sectors. Our discussion now is not in the start of the project because we have done several parts, special that we have finished the study and the labor study side, what we can do and how to improve these sectors and how to improve the skills of individuals in the region. I think that we will have more time to discuss deeply about Work Package 3 and about the several activities of Greenland.
Great. And your colleague from Lebanon, Mrs. Sama?
So until Mr. Aravosis is arriving, let me take the floor. As ERFC, the partner of Greenland in Greece, I'm very glad because with Alessandro Pernice, we started this trip time ago, more than 3-4 years now, when we met at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Italy, when the call for the strategic projects was being discussed at the highest level. And then we had to conceive exactly how much important it is to deploy circular economy. For this reason, we are asking today the Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment from Greece to speak about these issues. So deploy action plan circular economy at the moment when we are securing the jobs for the less favored, for the less educated. Surely this is a discussion for the National Technical University that Mr. Aravosis knows very, very well because we met there at the Researchers' Night earlier. But now, in order to introduce and to pass the floor to him, because I want to respect the fact that he is abroad and he is coming now to even address this meeting, being the Pan-Mediterranean Strategic Project financed from ENI Med Secretariat out of Cagliari, in order to tell us what is happening with circular economy in Greece, how the climate law and all the legal framework is already in place, how the stakeholders are understanding this. Either they are called Sevian or Anamet or Seve or
Great.
Sev,
Mr. Petropoulos, I think
and
Mr.
how
Aravosis is back.
the private businesses are ready to go for it, and how important it is our green fund and our employment services. We are on the other line with Mr. Protopsaltis from the unemployment services. How important it is that they find ways and jobs into the circular economy green sector.
Okay, great. We have with us the General Secretary of Environment and Energy in Greece, Dr. Konstantinos Aravosis. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm now Secretary General for Forests, and actually I am in the UN Forum for Forests now in New York. But as Mr. Petropoulos said, I can give you a our general policy framework concerning circular economy, and of course also this has a lot to do with our national climate law. Actually, the Greek national climate law and our circular economy plan are central in our environmental policies for Greece. The national climate law, maybe you know, Greece is one of the first EU countries that has a new climate law, which incorporates all policies that has to do with finding ways to adapt and mitigate in order to find ways to cope with climate crisis, which is the biggest problem of our times. In this climate law, we have set the target for 2030 to reduce carbon emissions by 55% and to become carbon neutral by 2050. And within that, there are measures in order for us to adapt to climate crisis and policies. And we have the Greek National Plan for Energy and Climate, which is now updated. And in this, we have all the necessary measures and investments needed in order to achieve these targets. But you asked me about the second central instrument that we have in Greece, which is our circular economy plan. This is a plan that is equivalent to the EU circular economy plan. It has the same chapters. It has been realized, it has been developed in cooperation with all representatives of Greek production organizations and with the industrial organizations and the production units. And it comprises 72 targets with specific framework within the 3 next years. The first chapter has to do with sustainable production. There, as you know, it is necessary to turn our production units of all our country's companies, enterprises, production enterprises, into the circular pattern. This is something very important in order for our industry to have to be competitive internationally. And there you have to change everything, starting, circular economy has to do with producing products and also services as before when we were into the linear economy, and even more in order to satisfy our consumer needs. But on the other hand, you have to use less raw materials and energy. And on the other hand, the target is to reduce waste in all the chains, in all the parts of the chain, from production to consumption and the product, what to do. And so, in the first chapter, there are specific measures in order to have sustainable production. For example, industrial symbiosis is something very important that we will enforce in the next year, where the raw materials, the waste of one company can become raw material for the same company or for another company of the same branch or companies from another industrial branch. Something that is very important is eco-design. You have to change the design of the product accordingly, so that you know, even in the design phase, what will happen with the product after the end of its life, and to have all the specifications already in the design phase, how to handle the product after the end of its life, in order for it to become again raw material, to reuse it if possible, and to extend its product life. The second chapter is sustainable consumption, because you can't have this change in production if you don't change the consumer habits. And there we have very specific targets how to do it. The consumer can drive the industry for this change. So it's important, and in our socio-economy plan, we have specific targets how to do it. The third has to do with waste, which has to have higher value and to reduce its amount. Waste management is something very important. For example, there you have to reduce, reuse, recycle, but also in the end, the target is to close down all landfills and to use all waste as raw materials, and if this is not possible, as energy. This is the target to drive into what we call zero waste society. So this is the third chapter, and the fourth chapter of our socio-economy plan has to do with specific actions for specific materials. For example, plastics waste. Example is our incorporation of the EU Single-Use Plastics Directive in our national law, in order to eliminate single-use plastic products and substitute them by others. And the fourth pillar is horizontal measures, because we have to monitor how circularity goes within the next time. So it is very important to have an observatory in order to monitor each year what is the progress towards this change into circularity. This is our socio-economic plan. We are sure that within the next 4 years this can be realized, because we have already secured funding from from EU funds, but also national funds. And apart from that, it is important to incorporate also private funds. We have around 80 million funding available from EU funds for the next framework period, for the next 4 years altogether, if you take it all together with our national funds. And 1/3 of these have to do with actions related to energy and the environment. So there is a huge amount available, and the challenge is not to find the funds in order to realize this turn into circularity. And we have to say here that circular we need a new circular and digital model. This is our aim for the next 4 years. So our problem is not to find the funds. These are there. They are secure. The problem is how to utilize them effectively. And you mentioned how this a connection to employment. We have already calculated, and we have a study, that this circular economy plan can lead to a growth of the GDP up to 1%, and also create new employment, new jobs, and also high-value jobs, but also ordinary jobs, new ones, that can go up to 50,000 new employees throughout Greece, at least, which is a very satisfying target. So, in summary, this is our plan that has to do with circular economy, and that this goes hand in hand with our national climate law. And together with those two instruments, we believe that Greece, within the next 4 years, will have the opportunity to turn its economy into this new model that we need, that will be green, digital and circular. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Dr. Aravosis.
If I may, Lena, just because we have a background with Professor Aravosis, and today we have here a few of the partners from Italy and from Lebanon, that they are pioneers, by the way, on this strategic project. They are the key ones, if you want to drive all the others to go. The project is led by Regione Calabria, by the way, that we will see in a while in the call for Greece, Italy. Calabria for first time arrived to become a partner of the cross-border program with Greece. And we wish that now that we have Alessandro here, one day also Siracusa, also Sicily is going to be part of it. I just wanted then to say, colleagues from Lebanon and from Italy today, that Professor Aravosis, coming from the Polytechnic, he is a professor, he is in front of the youth to give them exit where it's going to go. The fact that he served as horizontal Secretary General for all issues in the ministry, and now he is responsible also for the forests, also the burned ones, I would ask Professor Aravosis, and especially when you come here to Mati next time to the studio, that we are going to see how we are going to save the whole Mediterranean, because if you see the drought now, hit already Italy, Spain, is happening something else in terms of the climate change. And so you are very, very welcome to come to discuss directly from the studio with other key stakeholders from the Med. Last but not least, the fact that you are talking today here is influencing already the policies in Egypt, in Lebanon, in Italy, in Portugal, and in Jordan. And I take the opportunity to invite you also in Thessaloniki for the Circular Economy Festival, where we have 7 to 10 of June, 2 or 3 projects of this type closing together and paving the way for EGTC, creating a European grouping for territorial cooperation, for circular economy, for the neighborhood, in order to put also your level, in order to raise the understanding for the benefit of people, for the benefit of the smart ones, very well studied, and surely to the ones that they don't have any other opportunity for jobs. And thanks for closing your remark with this issue, already engineering the next step together.
Thank you very much for your invitation. Thank you. Bye.
Have a nice day, Mr. Aravosis.
Thank you.
I would like to ask Professor, again, give me a second, please. I would like to ask Mr. Alessandro Pernice from Universitario Arces in Italy.
Yes.
We're just living in a climate change, and this is actually the biggest challenge. Of course, we understand that to establish a very good result for the European neutrality as considered the climate. We're going to do a lot in social, economic and employment field. But why is so important to do also a lot of work in green education?
Yes, thank you very much, Lena, and also a special thanks go to the previous speaker, our Secretary General of Forest, Professor Aravosis, for his interesting intervention. Let's say why these two or the emerging sectors are so important. When we talk about green economy, we include the circular economy, we include also blue economy, and surely green jobs, which are currently, let's say, emerging, and also are currently requiring several new skills, technical skills, in particular a more equipped human capital, human resources. In this regard, I would say that our decision to focus on this emerging sector that were clearly highlighted by our Secretary General Forest, Greece, meaning waste management, eco-design, sustainable production design,
Zero carbon footprint.
Zero waste society. All these, let's say, topics that are chapters of the sustainable production plan, the Greek, but also the Italian one. And I think that almost all the European Union countries normally have adapted their plan to the EU one. All these topics and sector were analyzed by the project consortium through a research analysis, through a desk analysis, and through a consultation process, which was led by our partner PDA from Lebanon, and through a questionnaire that were addressed to companies, to stakeholders, to NGOs, to the private sector organizations, CSOs, and all these questionnaires revealed after their analysis that there is a huge demand from the labor market side about new professionals, about new skilled human capital. That's why, and I hope that my answer fits your expectation, that's why we as a project consortium decide to co-design new curricula, new training modules under the framework of Greenland that will address such a lack of competencies of our young people, of our NEET and women unemployment, since the rate of unemployment in the Mediterranean countries is almost 50% if we consider the southern parts of the Mediterranean countries, and as well as the rates of need, meaning all those who are not in employment, not in education, not in training, in the European Union countries reach almost the 20%, which is very high. So we want to really tackle this social challenges, and the project Greenland and this consortium, which consists of prestigious organizations like ERFC, ARCHES, PDA Lebanon, the National Agricultural Research Center of Jordan, NARC, the Ishmael College of Palestine, the regions of Calabria and Haybeck, and the University of Algarve, this consortium is willing to tackle such a big challenges by providing tailored, designed training courses addressed to these target beneficiaries by adopting a common methodology, which was already shared during this project implementation over the last 2 years. So I believe that we can achieve good results because our needs and our women unemployed already declared through their adhesion to their reply to our call for applicants for the training, for the forthcoming training. They have already declared their interest and motivation to become part of the training, to become active in their society at local and regional level. Thank you, and I hope that my answer clarify any doubts that arise around these questions of green economy and the relevance of this sector into our common societies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pernice, and I would like to give the floor to Mr. Jalal Mahfouz from Lebanon. And of course, before to welcome you, I would like to ask what was the most difficult obstacle for the NEETs to go and to get integrated to this Greenland Med Project, Mr. Mahfouz?
Thank you. In general, the problem of unemployment is a big problem. It's not only at this level and in the Mediterranean. It's a problem of the new economy in general. How to find job for all these people. The consortium of Greenland, from the first time, they decide to find a new technology, a new way to find solution for this problem. We started by discussing what the labor market, what is the needs of the labor market, special in green and circular economy sectors. And based in this discussion and this study, at the end of this study, we found a list of needs and of requirement from the labor market, asking us to support the needs and the youth and the women to improve their skills in several in a determined sectors.
Soft skills.
Not only soft skills, we are speaking also about specialized skills. So the idea is not about soft only, because the need of the labor market is not only soft. They need maybe some specialized in several domains. For example, we decide about several sectors in each country, depend in the requirement of the labor market of each country. So in Lebanon, for example, we found that we need to give more time and to give more support to improve the infrastructure of green business. For example, in e-commerce, in digital marketing, also in renewable energy, for example, in solar system. Now we found something about circular food processing. These are new sector or domains that need from us to support the public administration and the ministries also to support the private sector to find solution for this problem. So Greenland really at this level did a good job based in general about our finding. In general, we cannot speak absolutely. We are thinking about the need of the labor market, and we are replying to their needs and their requirements. So at this level, we started a very good event and very large study in all this country to find what the business and was green and circular economy sectors want and need as skills and as new skills. And based in this study and this finding, we decide to start to prepare a new curriculum and a new program to support the youth and the women. At this level, what is the reaction of the youth, for example, or what is the reaction of the labor market? In general, you know, based in other experience, maybe you know a lot of organization, a lot of projects are thinking about training, but not like Greenland, because Greenland has focused the job and the activities in new skills. So when we discuss, for example, when we discussed with the Ministry of Labor in Lebanon and with the Ministry of Industry in Lebanon and other ministries, they were asking about that. You can support to build the new skills, not the traditional or the things that we can find in any TVET, because you can find now a lot of program in the TVET, a lot of curriculum in the TVET, but to bring or to build new curricula and to prepare new skills, it was really a very big challenge for Greenland. I can tell or reassure, based in our job till now and as activity and the result. For example, in Lebanon, we have about 600 NEETs now at this level are in the training program and in new skills. That mean they are studying something that they cannot find in any TVET or university. I speak about lab skills, not about academic level, because someone can find a lot of program at academic level, but when they come to the labor market, they will find that they are very far from the real need and from the reality. But with Greenland, the condition is different. For that, I tell you that between soft and between lab skills, there's a difference. We have in Greenland a good program as soft skills in the platform of Greenland platform. But in the same time, you can find in this platform a large opportunity, several materials as lab skills materials. Maybe also, for example, in Lebanon, the program for solar system will pass, each one maybe will pass several course in soft skills, but he will pass the same number of training as lab skills, this at online level, and also they will go to the second phase to pass about 10 days of face-to-face training, and after that also in the third phase they will come to the internship. So we will be sure that the NEETs will come to the labor market with high level of experience and expertise, and sure, for example, you can now you will find one of our stakeholders here from e-commerce domain of job. You will see and you will hear from him about the needs of the labor, and that really we will find for this person the possibility to have job opportunity and to find job. So what we can tell that Greenland, based in the objective of Greenland, the idea was to make social inclusion, to support the men at the level of skills, and to give them the opportunity to give the individual the skill and the possibility and the opportunity to find a job. So we are at this level, we did a good job, and at the other level, we replied in good manner to the requirement of labor market to improve or to develop in a manner. So relatively to develop the green and circular economy sectors.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahfouz. And I would like to ask our next guest, because he's related to e-commerce. Now we are in a phase where we have the challenge of the green transition period. But what about the digital innovation? What is the contribution of the digital innovation also to the Greenland Med Project? Mr. Sama, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Sorry about the internet connection. It was not stable.
No, it's okay. I just said before that our challenge in our season is that we live this kind of transition period to the green sustainability mentality, philosophy, etc. But what is the contribution of the digital innovation also to the Greenland Med Project?
First of all, thank you for hosting for me today. I will tell you more about your question. As a company, we work a lot in digital transformation and all related to digital life. Also, we are very interested in green e-commerce and digital marketing. After a lot of experience in this world and the direct touch and the direct contact with new graduates and the entrepreneurs as our background, we found that digital can help Greenland in every single approach you can do. After you go for a digital transformation, somehow you are saying that we are reducing the old-fashioned about how you can grow and play about the physical approach and the past way. In the new digital transformation, it helps us and our program that we are focused on it. That's about the Greenland. So we can say that every before I have an unstable internet. Okay, so I was talking about the digital transformation and the purpose of approaching the Greenland project. As I said before, the digital comes to solve a lot of problems. One of these problems that are related to eco-friendly and green solutions, which relates the smallest example. I can say that before we print a lot of invoices and we print a lot of documents to pass through our offices. Right now, while we have the digital transformation, it's about one click to send the files from your desk to your colleague. So this is the smallest example I can say about how the digital transformation and digital world help us and our green to go with the Greenland and to help this project. Also, if we can go and talk more about the e-commerce and talk more about the digital marketing. In the past, where the advertisement was all about physical and traditional advertisement, we printed a lot of billboards and we printed a lot of banners and roll-ups. Right now, there is no need for this printing. We reduced all this printing to become more digital advertisements, or more digital banners, or more digital roll-ups. So all that can help us in our vision, or in the vision we are working on it, which is about helping all green stuffs.
Mr. Sama, what steps are being taken to make green technology sustainable, economic for consumers, and also how would generate jobs? What is your opinion?
Okay. With respect to generating jobs, nowadays in Lebanon, as the market we work in it, we have a lot of students are freshly graduated. They are willing to have jobs and to be employed, but they are not having the opportunity to have this. Even if we worked on a lot of transformed projects and green projects. These projects can help these new fresh graduates in approaching their posts and their jobs in a better way, which is about helping them in going and creating their new jobs and in the fields they graduate from it.
Great, thank you very much. Mr.
Thank you.
Petropoulos, thank you. Shukran. Mr. Petropoulos from ERFC Institute. Now we see that in Greenland Med Project, one job shadowing took already place in Italy, and a delegation from Lebanon was there to be educated to methodologies and all the educational system that can engage the unemployment with the market. And you have now the opportunity to organize together with Universitario Artes in Greece the next job shadowing that will take place on beginning of June, I think. So what is your opinion? What is going to happen there? We cannot hear you. Could you please unmute yourself?
Great, thank you, Lena. First of all, I would like to reflect one more to what Osama said before, because should be clear by now that one key activity of Greenland is to develop what we call MOOCs, massive online courses related to circular economy, to digital era. And so all the countries now have the possibility to inform and have the youth participating, so they don't need to go to the university, they come focused online. The project developed already the educational material, and definitely this is a very important issue that should be communicated per se in order to hopefully by the end of the project have it all in English, and so open without any difficulties, so for everybody to be able to get this knowledge. And as far as we are concerned, ERFC is already very, very active as a civil society organization in several other circular economy and digital projects, like for example the CircleCon, which is focusing on the Black Sea area. By the way, Greenland has already established an MOU for cooperation, so and another one that is in the making, MOU, is Prometheus, financed from EIT Climate. So again, massive online courses. So there is no point we at the European Union having all these different projects producing material and not making sure to unite all this and make it available for our youth to take the steering wheel and drive as soon as possible in order to create other jobs. Now, back to the job shadowing, I wish to congratulate both Italy and Lebanon, because they paved the way how things should go and how far they are going to influence the employment services of the two countries in order to abide to the principles of the circular economy and the jobs that are being created there. And the same we are doing right now in Greece. And as you heard before, we were asking the Secretary General from the Ministry of the Environment to talk to the head of the employment services because here with our colleagues from the other countries, we are able to provide to the employment services in Greece massive online courses and best cases, and also a wide network now that our Work Package 6 that is engaging practically the businesses that are performing circular economy in order to make sure that what is shadowing at the beginning is very, very practical to find the jobs of the pioneers from the NEETs, what we call non-education and less, let's say, out of vocational training system people. And hopefully, together with our partners as a strategic project, we are going to hit the ground soon with new proposals to the European Commission about more advanced, if you want, more smart jobs that are necessary out of the circular economy.
Mr. Petropoulos, so that will take place during also the Forward Green, and there is a huge opportunity also to be familiar with other projects that ERFC also is running already, like carbon free. Is very important that also the delegation from Palestine and the other stakeholders, they will be informed about the policy makers that the Greek enterprises have established so far, and how they want to have in their businesses the educated people. Like you said, the NEETs that are included to the Greenland Med Project. Mr. Pernice, you have so far the experience of the two job shadowing that you're doing, one in Italy, and now it will take place in Greece. What is your expectations, actually?
Very good. Thank you for your question, Lena. I think that these two, shadowing and the third one, are very important, not only for the, let's say, first beneficiaries who are all those operating in your market, and all those who are entrepreneurs in companies based in Palestine and Lebanon, in Greece, in Italy, and now, of course, is coming the new one for Palestine actors, but also for the society as a whole, because we think that the real impact of this change of vision, a change of models, a change of ideas on this new emerging sector, as well as on these new emerging topics, sustainable consumption, sustainable production design, and so on, are very relevant also for our youth, for our women, since delegation, for instance, who is coming to this big exhibition, which will take place in Greece, in Thessaloniki, and not only will learn about new models, new green techniques to ensure a sustainable production, based on the observation of real companies that are operating currently in this sector, but also they will import such a knowledge, such experiences in their own countries, meaning in Palestine. They will transfer such a knowledge through training that will be replicated in their countries, targeting youth, targeting unemployed women. So the level of impact, we expect that the knowledge that will be shared within such a big consortium, including all the stakeholders that are involved in several events, such a knowledge, such a huge knowledge on the green sectors and the way to carry out, the way to implement a zero waste society will be cascaded, will be in a way, let's say, transferred, mainstreamed at local and regional level in each countries, and cascaded also at local level in our, let's say, local communities, meaning youth, unemployment, women, and so on. So I think the impact is extremely huge because our speaker previous said there is a huge from our vulnerable groups as well as from our students, for instance, a university college, from them to understand how to create new startups in this sector, how to implement new business model, new mindsets in these sectors. So I think that our partner and our representatives after this job shadowing will be there such a big knowledge to them easily after they come back home. So my expectations are positive, and I think that we can achieve a good result based on this common alliance, on this joint, let's say, activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alessandro. And now I would like to ask Professor Zalal Mahfouz. In our previous chat, we discussed about the importance of a proper job shadowing. Would you like to describe us again what is the really deep meaning to have a very correct job shadowing for the delegation that will come and visit now Greece, what they have to know when they will go back to their country?
I'm telling, in general, job shadowing is a type of imitation. That means it's the idea of job shadowing is how to transfer experience from one side to another side. I think based in the programs that you have in this time, very good job. You are preparing several type of how to tell event. So it's the time to use and to benefit from this event to transfer experience between countries. As I told before, so it's the time also to repeat the same idea. In general, job shadowing, we need to have two organizations or two sides. So I'm sure that you have in Thessaloniki a very good and very professional organization that have a big experience in how to create a new business model, new startup, how to improve the manner of job. That means how to go from traditional economy to green economy, from traditional economy to circular economy, and this all depend in sustainability in general. We are speaking in this domain. I'm sure that it is a time to transfer this from Greece to Palestine. And also for us in Lebanon, we will try to participate in this event because we think it will be very helpful and very interesting for us to transfer also this experience between Greece and Lebanon. But in general, our expectations that based in the program I saw, you are preparing for a very good job, and I'm sure this will be very important for the Palestinian partners.
Thank you very much. Something that I would like to ask all stakeholders now. So despite the fact that your exchanges knowledge in a very high professional and academician level, you have also the opportunity to see how is the functionality of the multicultural exchange. So what are your expectations from Greece?
The question is to me?
To all of you, actually. So, Mr. Jalal, go ahead, and then we're going to close.
Yes, sure. You know, in general, we believe in the Mediterranean. We believe, and based in this belief, we are trying to work together for a long time with between the several organizations. This multicultural and multi-experience, not only at the cultural level, I think, also at business and economy level, because we have common goal, we have common objective, is how to improve our region and how to improve the world. When we speak about green and circular and sustainability, we are not thinking about our region, because you know the carbon emission not only special in the place of emission. The carbon will go in all the world. So when we try to improve the technology in our region, we are doing very good, not only for our region and for the world. At this level, I am sure that in general, one project is not enough. We are trying by this project to do something, but our cooperation, the cooperation between our organization, can really support to improve the sustainability of our region.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jalal, and I would like to give the floor to Mr. Sama, also from Lebanon. Unmute yourself, please.
Sorry. Okay. So I was telling you that actually after our multi-works in Lebanon since 2013 of our company, we found that there's a lot of lag in this market of incubating talents. There's a lot of talents, but they need a lot. They need someone, or they need the group that can incubate them. So I always use these terms: incubator, startup, entrepreneurs. This is our background. So I can tell you that these regions are full of skilled people, full of talents, but for sure they need someone to put them on the right path, to let them go and reach out and come back with the best. So that's what we are looking for.
Great. Mr. Petropoulos?
Now, I would just like to remind that Lebanon is the example of the mosaic of all these multicultural entities that are coexisting, cooperate, and give us an example from a lot of things to learn. So it's up to us then, the partners, to make sure that we are inclusive. There is no bullet to be saved, to be spared, because the planet cannot afford anymore all these type of policies we had so far. Here we have a common objective. I mean, maximize the material to be reused in one way or another, and all the streams of ways to find between the countries, between the cultures, between the different entities, to find a common processing unit in order to come back to the people as input, as income. So last night I was talking to the daughter of the king of the Roma in Greece. He's an excellent lawyer, by the way. And you see, at the moment that we are talking with the Association of Businesses, when it comes to metal, when it comes to plastic, when it comes to waste and so on, at the same moment we are talking to the fundamentals of the society, the ones that are minorities and excluded, say Roma for example, how they are going to come inside and stream themselves in the back of the same goal, maximize the use of the circular economy material, because there is not enough, there is no more resource to be wasted, and this has to happen for the benefit of the families and of the people, of all the people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Petropoulos. And last but not least, Mr. Alessandro Pernice.
Thank you very much, Lena. Again, the stakeholders are, let's say, a big part, represent a big part, a big component of our project. Let's also talk about the so-called TVET organization, the technical educational and vocational training. They will use such a learning material, such a platform, because Greenland also has developed a very specific and very high sophisticated platform, e-learning platform. So they will use such a platform. They can replicate new training courses in any countries, not only in the countries that are involved in such a project, Lebanon, Italy, Portugal, Greece, and so on, but also we can open the floor to such a platform and our to other TVET organizations in Turkey, based in other countries, Tunisia, and so on, meaning other countries that are not taking part in the Greenland project consortium. So my vision is that we will experiment a new model through Greenland that can be used, that can be exploited in a way that it can become just a starting point for a new era of, let's say, a new wave of training courses, workshop, and activities towards a new knowledge in this specific sectors. Thank you.
Thank you very much all, and taking this opportunity to say that during the B2B session that is going to take place in Greece, we have invited also many enterprises from several sectors in order that the CEOs of this business model are going to inform the delegation of Palestine, of Lebanon, of Italy, and the other stakeholders about their methodology and how they have established to have a successful impact to the society, to the market, and I think this is going to be the most interesting part, because it's a win-to-win situation here. So this is the Greenland Med Project, and I was really very blessed to host you here tonight and on camera, studio here in Athens. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.